and welcome. I see one or two people here. I'm glad to see you today. And this is Amy from Clutter Care. This is Ask Amy Live, and I look forward to all of your questions. If you can join us in the chat, that would be lovely. Please put your questions in the chat, and I am here to answer your questions. So let's see. Give me one moment. All right. It is Friday, July 19th, and we have a Learn Live class coming up very soon, starting on Monday. And I am looking forward to having a number of you in class. And we are going to spend the first 2 days getting organized in our Google Workspace. We're going to work on organizing our Gmail and our Drive, learning how to share, making sure that we have all our calendars shared. We are going to also review some advanced features in Docs and Sheets that will help you as a business owner. And then we are going to learn about 3 whole systems, business systems that you can use in Google itself. So talk about a number of features in the calendaring system that you can do. And then we're going to talk about we're going to talk about the marketing system the last day and how to get email your contact lists and how you can do email marketing. They have upped their game in email marketing as well as in the calendar. So we're going to look at all the new features. And then the other one is the essentially basic, but most essential, going from a contact form to a sheet to some add-ons that will help you get your information where it needs to go. So I do not see anything in the chat yet, but I am here to answer your questions. If you are here live with me, make sure you can put your questions in the chat. You definitely need to be logged into your Google account for that. And then if you're here watching the recording, put your questions in the comments and I definitely will answer those. So this is Ask Amy Live. I just gave you a little overview of the upcoming class Learn Live that will be at the end of July 2024. And I will hopefully be doing that class quarterly. So if you can't join me this time, hopefully the next time. But also, if you're interested and you want to chat about some possibilities for that class, either payment options or other things, please put your comment there or email me at amy@cluttercare.net. I would love to make it happen for you because I really want to make sure that all of you small business owners are really getting the help and support that you need for your business and using as many tools as possible in Google. Hello, Ryan. I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for joining me. Please, if you have any awesome Google questions, just stick them in the chat. I would love to answer them. One of the things somebody asked me last week, and I did a little more research, and I did a little more research and just sort of outlined all the things that can be done with Google and what you would actually need to pay for versus what you don't actually need to pay for. The only things you need to pay for if you use Google Workspace are your domain name, which you used to be able to do on Google, but now we recommend Squarespace. You need to purchase your Google Workspace account at one of the 4 levels. I generally recommend starting at the 2nd level, Business Standard. Optional features are Google Voice if you want a separate voice number for your business, so you don't give out your personal number. And you can always use Google Meet for video conferencing unless you really want to amp it up and you are going to have hundreds of people in your meeting room, then you want Zoom. Or if you need to remote into somebody else's computer, like doing actual tech help, you cannot do that through Google Meet. And then one of the other questions was payment. So we looked into that again over this last week, and there is Google Pay, and that works with Stripe. And as I mentioned the other day as well, the Google Calendar, if you have somebody booking with you, they can pay you through Stripe for a virtual session. So Stripe and Google Pay work together. You do not need to actually pay for either of those upfront. Stripe, like many of the things, just takes a percentage of your transaction. Hello, Deanna. And then if you want, at the beginning of your business, you can just keep track of your expenses in a spreadsheet. And we recommend tracking expenses, income, and mileage, or other things you can deduct from your taxes. But if you want to then add on, a QuickBooks or some other actual accounting software, that would be something else you need to pay for. And then the only other thing that you really need to pay for, because all your social media can be free, would be Google Ads or Facebook ads if you want to pay for either of those things. Other than that, you really don't need anything other than your Google Workspace. And we'll be discussing all the other things that you can do in your Google Workspace during the Learn Live class. So, Ryan, what do you need help with? I'm here. She says, I need help, but I don't need help with, I don't know about help with what. Ask me some questions here. One of the other things that Google can do and is included is a free Google Business Profile, which essentially lands you on the Google Maps app. And there have been a lot of questions about, well, I have to put in an address to verify my business. Yes, you do. Google wants to know that you're a real business and not fake, but you can hide that address. And then we can talk about sort of showing people your service area if you are not a brick and mortar business. So Google Business Profile is free, and you can have photos, you can have links to a booking page, links to a website if you have it. And somebody asked me this week, or didn't realize that the updates at the bottom of your Google Business Profile are basically like a social media account that you should keep updated. So Google Business Profile is free, and you should treat it just like any other social media account that you should post to regularly, whether it's once a week, once a month, but definitely keep it current so that Google and all the fun searching algorithms know that you are alive and well. And then with that as well, please make sure. So Google does have Google Sites if you want to make a website, but it's not as advanced as some other systems. But it is free. And then both your Google Business Profile and a website of any sort, you need to pay attention to SEO, which is search engine optimization, and your keywords. So lots of things to think about, but all free. Ryan says, how long would it take to switch from my business at Gmail to a Google Workspace account? It really does not take very long at all. Like you can, the most important part, I will say, is getting your domain name. And I'll back that up one step farther, which is actually choosing your domain name. I've had clients with crazy long domain names that are very hard to type and spell and remember. And that is not what you want for easy memorability, easy typing, not misspelling, all that. So number one, you need to choose your domain name and buy your domain name, purchase it, and you have to pay for it regularly, annually. After that, connecting it with your Google Workspace. I generally, when I start somebody, I will set a 3-hour session so that we can get through all of the actually purchasing Google Workspace and setting up your logo and your signature and, just changing a few permissions on the back end and making sure that you have everything you need and you know how to get around the admin panel, your Gmail, your Google Drive, and sort of setting up Chrome for your work. But the actual connecting your domain to your Google Workspace takes like less than an hour. So that is not crazy. And then Ryan, you have a website, yes. So you do not need to do anything. Your domain should be connected to your website already. If you have a website, it's up and functioning. So great question. I do have a video about this. Domain names, people do not understand all the things that have to get done with your domain name. So your domain name, I'll put the link to the video either in the description below or whatever, but there is an entire video I made because your domain name is just like your name, your business name.com, right? But you have to connect your email provider, whether it's Google Workspace or something else, to that domain name so that the internet knows where to route that email. Also, totally separately is your website. So your website is a separate entity, can be in a different place, and it also has to connect back to that domain name. So your DNS records are lines of code basically that tell the internet where to route the traffic to your email and your website. So those are really important to set up correctly. And I will say a third thing to know now that we are past February of 2024 is that in your DNS records for your in your DNS records, you also have to set up 3 very important records that basically tell the internet that you are a real business, you are valid, and you are not spam or spoofing other people, and that you are not junk mail or getting hacked. So that if those things are not set up, I will say a lot of people lately have been like, my email's not working. People aren't getting my email, or somebody sent me an email and I'm not getting it. Yes, because in the last, in June and July, Google and Yahoo and some other places have really cracked down on enforcing those DNS rules. Which means if you don't have those rules set up and those lines of code in your DNS records, your emails are not going to go to the right people, or you are not going to be receiving the right emails, all the ones that people are sending. So I can help with that. I am not an expert, but I can at least look and see what you are missing or what doesn't look right. And 90% of the time I can help you fix it. And the other 10%, I'm going to have to send you to an actual expert about DNS records. So it was a long-winded answer, but really all good information. And I was going to talk about that anyway. So I do still have people, leads that keep downloading some of my my freebies that are out there, and they still are using mybusiness@gmail.com. And those are my people. Those are the people that I want to help switch over to Google Workspace, because they really, really, really need to be sending business emails from a business email address. And that can be a Google Workspace address. It could be a Microsoft. It could be running through somewhere else. But you have to have a .com, a .net, a .org, something email address, not an @gmail.com email address if you are a business, because that is the stuff that's getting cracked down on and will not be getting through to your people. I've been in business for 5 years. Would your Learn Live class benefit me? Yes. So at the beginning of this year, and part of the reason that I'm doing this class is one of the things that business owners keep wanting to do, right? We always want to save money. We want to increase profit, save money, save time, stop, having 15 to 20 logins to remember. So if you can do 90% of your business back-end work in your Google Workspace in one ecosystem of apps, then you don't have to log into 17 other places, and all your data can flow from, keep it in your drive and pull it into Calendar, or attach it to a Gmail. So, um, or as I'm going to be talking about, pull data from a form to a sheet and throw it into a doc so you can read it. So all those things that you want to be able to do, yes. Either if you're a business startup and you're just starting and you want to start from scratch and, start with as few costs as possible, Google Workspace is your thing. And if you have been in business for a long time and you're trying to actually pare down systems, consolidate, eliminate excess, cost and hassle, yes, this would be for you. I do have, I have both of those kinds of clients. I have people who are starting and want to start fresh and clean and just start with Google and go. And I definitely have clients who are realize that they don't need some of those bigger automated systems that cost a lot of money per month. And they are interested in this class because they're like, oh, I didn't know I could do email marketing in my Google Workspace. I didn't know I could send email newsletters from my Gmail. And make it look nice too. It's not just an email, it actually has a layout and you can customize the colors and fonts and all that stuff. So yes, any business owner, any small business owner is welcome to come, and I would love to see you. And you will definitely learn a lot. I will say that I have sort of a plan of action for each day. We're going to talk about topics. There'll be, some teaching, some hands-on, some time for Q&A. And on Saturday, I'm going to add, there's an optional workshop if you want to actually start taking action or more action on setting up these systems in your workspace. So that is what it's all about. To that end, two things. One, I'll say it again, this Learn Live class starting on the 22nd is for small business owners. As we were discussing, we'll have 5 days of learning, 2 days of like organizing and getting yourself set up for success. And then we'll learn 3 business systems we can set up in Google. And then Saturday, if you want, can be a work day. And I hope to do this class quarterly. And I may switch up which systems we're talking about each quarter. But I want to do this class regularly because I know there are so many business owners out there who want to streamline their systems and use fewer logins and pay for less stuff. So the other thing I want to let you know about, and I just added it to my website last night. Another professional organizer and I have teamed up to make small business TNT tools and templates with Google. So a bunch of Google Doc templates, Google Sheet templates, Google Form templates, and sort of like a workflow for you as a business owner to make sure you're not forgetting anything when you are thinking through your whole process from client, lead through onboarding, through client project and off. So we have set up a whole bunch of templates that are going to be available very soon. So if you're interested in small business TNT tools and templates with Google, go to my website to find that under the business section, and that will be ready for you soon. So another exciting product, because I know that we don't want to start from scratch. I know I started from scratch and I had help from a lot of people, but I still want to have templates and go. And I want to make sure I'm not forgetting anything in my workflow. So any other questions, I would love to answer them. Let's see. One other thing to remind you is that YouTube is part of Google. Lots of people forget that, but YouTube is part of Google. So if you have a Google Workspace account or a Gmail account, you automatically have a YouTube account. So thanks for joining me on YouTube. Um, just like I'm doing a live here, you can as well. You can do short videos that go out. You can do long form videos to teach your audience about things. You can have playlists to teach them, about different topics. But YouTube is considered a social media account. You can do a lot of things with it there. I have seen a lot of growth by using YouTube for various reasons we can talk about. Um, but please remember that YouTube is at your disposal for free as a business owner as well. I know it can be a little intimidating, but it is there and it is available. Um, Anything else at all? Otherwise, we will wrap this up. But please make sure that if you are enjoying this video, you like it. If you're not already, please subscribe to my channel. Also, please, please, please share this video and my channel with any other small business owners that you think might need my help or this content, this information, any other family and friends that need basic Google tips. I do have some of those on my website, and I have basic classes already online. So basically the three areas that I can help people with in Google are: number one, setting up your Google Workspace, like we were talking about before. Number two, learning how to use your Google Workspace and all the tools that are in it. And number three, customizing it for you and your business. So whether it's the colors, fonts, and logos, whether it's the workflow, whether it's how things are shared to your team members, that customizing piece is really important. And that's where I can help you one-to-one as business owner to business owner set up the best workflow for you. The fact that I'm a professional organizer, everyone's like, wait a minute, wait, organizing and Google, like, why are these two things related? So please remember that you want to keep your digital space organized. Thanks, Ryan, for all those digital organizing sessions that we always do. Keeping your digital space organized is really important for ease of finding things and workflow. And thinking about things in a logical way, in an orderly way, is really helpful to make your business function well. So thanks, Ryan. Great to see you. Thank you, Deanna, and anybody else that is here live. I'm so glad to see you. Again, if you are coming in late and you're watching this after it's live, please put your comments below. I will answer them. That's one of my favorite things to do, is communicate with my audience. So please, please, please go ahead and comment below, and I will see you soon. We will do more Ask Amy Lives at some point. I will try to do them probably monthly. So hopefully I'll see you here again soon. Have a great day.